What's up everybody and welcome to the channel. In today's video, we're gonna be taking a look at the 2026 Hyundai Elantra N. Big shout out to Flo Hyundai of Statesville for providing this sporty car for today's video. Check out their website linked down below. Now this one is finished off in Atlas White with a $38,400 MSRP. So let's get right into the sporty compact, see what the Elantra N is all about. Underneath the hood of the 2026 Hyundai Elantra N, you're gonna get a 2-liter inline 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. This makes 276 horsepower with 289 pound-feet of torque. This one's paired to an 8-speed dual-clutch transmission. It is also a front-wheel drive vehicle. 0 to 60 is 4.8 seconds. It has a 12.4-gallon fuel tank, and you can expect 20 miles per gallon in the city with 27 out on the highway. And overall curb weight is 3,300 pounds. The overall length is 184.1 inches with the wheelbase at 107.1. Width is 71.9 and height is 55.7 inches. Now onto the styling with the 2026 Elantra N. You can definitely tell how much more sporty this is over the standard Elantra, which is your typical economy car. You're gonna have these really nice running lights in the upper section of the headlight. We have the LED headlights down below that. All gloss black finished in this upper grille with a nice silver trim piece and the N badge. You got your black Hyundai logo as well as some satin black down below. There's gonna be forward-facing parking sensors, a lot of sharp angles throughout it, and then I really like the red accent down below. We have an opening right in the center for a massive airflow spot for that massive intercooler, and it really comes together well. It's got a super sporty style to it with sharp angles all around it. On the hood, you can see some sharp lines that cut towards that front bumper, and then at the side, we have more sharp lines. You have a very cool set of 19-inch wheels finished in a matte black. You're gonna get red and the N badge on those front brake calipers, and then another N logo on the side skirt with the black and red, and then really sharp lines once again all throughout the door. We have black on the mirror caps with an integrated turn signal, body color door handles, and then all black trim throughout the windows. You're gonna get a sunroof from this as well with a shark fin antenna. And then for the side profile, has a nice design for a compact sedan. And once again, you can just see so many cool sharp lines all throughout it. In back, you have a nice design to where the rear glass slopes right into the trunk, and then we have a small black pedestal spoiler. More sharp lines throughout it with an LED design on these taillights. I like how, once again, just really sharp with those far ends, and then we can see how it's all connected. We have blacked out badging, Hyundai logo, Elantra, of course your N logo once again. Then the whole rear diffuser is finished off in the satin black. We have dual exhaust, parking sensors, more of the red accents, and a nice triangle light right in the center. So I think it overall really comes together nicely to give it just a fun style. For the key fob, finished off in the black, we have the Hyundai logo in it as well. There's gonna be remote start, lock, unlock of course, and then of course you can just grab the door handle and it will automatically unlock. The interior is gonna be finished off in black with a nice combination of the leather as well as alcantara, and then you're gonna get some light blue stitching. For the door panel, we have this softer touch material up above, and then the alcantara throughout the center with a nice stripe pattern to it, one of your small speakers, and then dark color for all of your controls. Now the grab handle, a little bit of padding as well, storage down below that, and then a nice aluminum door sill with the N logo. For these seats, they're all manual control. You're gonna get this nice leather style material with this light blue stitching, nice large bolsters, alcantara throughout the centers, large back bolsters, those 3 stripes once again, and then an illuminated N logo as well. You have some nice dark trim, single piece backs to give you a very sporty style overall. And then we have a 3-spoke leather wrapped steering wheel with perforations, the light blue accents, and then a blacked out badge. And then now inside the 2026 Elantra N, keeping my foot on the brake, we can fire it up. Taking a look at the gauge cluster now, we're gonna get a full LCD display. If you toggle one of the buttons on the steering wheel, we can scroll left and right and see a couple different bits of information. You have some vitals as well you're able to monitor, which is great for a sporty car like this. And of course you can continue over and see some basic trip information that you would expect to see. Now with all that, we have drive modes as well. If we tap the N logo, you have that really cool display now, tells you which mode you're in, and then you're gonna see all sorts of good things down below. We have all those vitals once again that are gonna pop up on the right side. and then continuing back, we're back into that mode. And then on the steering wheel for the left side, we're gonna have voice commands, volume. We also have your phone integration. On the right side, we're gonna get some cruise control settings. We have the NGS, which basically when you tap this while driving, it'll downshift, put you into the most performance setting and transmission for full power. We have steering wheel mounted paddle shifters for the dual clutch transmission. They have a pretty nice large feel to them as well. And then on the right stock, we have windshield wipers. Left stock, we're gonna see headlights and turn signal. Down below, we have interior lighting, traction control, some ambient lighting throughout it with one of your air vents. This, I believe, is actually a magnet pad for accessories. And then we're gonna have some cool textured material up on the dashboard, finished off in black. And we have more of your air vents with all this ambient lighting coming towards the center. For the multimedia screen, it's nice how it's all kind of integrated into one large bezel. You're gonna swipe over. We have the N mode, which is a really good feature within this car. You have all sorts of fantastic vitals you're able to monitor throughout the car. All sorts of things you're able to adjust. We have adaptive suspension. You can adjust your exhaust, transmission, traction control, limited slip, normal, sport, and sport plus for the engine tuning. You have more information over here. You have your launch control as well, but definitely a super cool screen to have. Climate menus right here. You're gonna pop up with some nice depictions, and then we can continue over and see just a lot of basic information you'd expect in a modern car. In reverse, you're gonna have a nice backup camera with your parking sensors right here. You can also tap your settings icon, make some adjustments. You can adjust your view. You also have parking sensors popping up right there. Underneath all that, we have some shortcuts for the map, the navigation system, track, and all of that. Climate control, you do have physical buttons, super simple to use. We have dual zone, heated seats, all the defrost. Then we're gonna get a couple plugs down below with a wireless phone charging pad. I really like this grab handle, kind of a divider between the passenger and driver, giving you more of a driver focused feel. And then we have more of this light blue accent throughout the shifter. And then drive mode is down here with your camera and parking sensors. If we toggle the drive mode now, you're gonna go into sport, eco, and normal. For the center, we have some piano black, 2 small cup holders, and then a manual park and brake. Back here, we have a padded armrest with a little bit of hidden storage all throughout it. For the glove box, we have a large bucket as expected, and then one last look at the interior. The seats and the alcantara and the doors really come together nicely just to give this a super premium feel for a lower price point sporty car in today's market. You're gonna get a black headliner with your dome lights. We have the manual sunroof shade right here, and then all of your dome lights are up above with the glass control, and then a thin basic mirror. And then moving on to the back seat space, I can just grab the door handle and open it up. The door panel's finished off very similar to the front. We're gonna get a little bit harder plastics, but we still have the nice alcantara trim piece. We have your grab handle, and then the back seats are finished off just like the front. We have the leather style with the blue stitching, alcantara inserts. This can seat 3 people, and then we're just gonna get a couple plugs right in the center, and then one nice look at the single piece backs on the bucket seats. So hopping into the back seat with the Elantra N. So obviously the Elantra is more of a compact, small economy car. However, at 5'11", I actually have a pretty decent amount of space in here. Headroom is about 1 inch, and then with these bucket style seats, it gives me a lot of extra leg room. I have really good foot room. The seat itself cradles my legs decently. It's a little small, but you have good glass in here. No air vents or center armrest, but again, it's more of a sporty economy car. So space-wise, honestly, it's actually pretty roomy back here, pretty practical for this classic car. Moving on to the trunk space, there's gonna be one button right here we can press. It'll manually pop, and then we can lift it up. We have about 14.2 cubic feet of cargo volume for the back of this car. You're gonna get a nice little storage tray on this left side, and then for the center, we can lift up the carpet or even lift up the floor, and you are gonna get just a little bit of extra space with a tire inflator kit. Now, for the N, we also have this chassis brace, which is a really cool touch for increased agility, but you can still pull the left and the right side seat, and we can get it down to fold nice and flat. So as far as cargo space goes, obviously that is going to hinder fitting larger items like maybe a set of golf clubs, but you still have, you know, a decent area for pass-through space. But fun to see a sporty touch like that on the Elantra N, still giving this car plenty of practicality. All right, let's set off now in the Elantra N. So even on a rainy day, you still can put some power down. Obviously not going too crazy fast in a brand new car, but these are pretty peppy, especially with the power and torque figures. We've had some of these in more performance setting drivings, and they are honestly a lot of fun. The power's really good. Right now I'm in the full sport mode, everything. So the steering is pretty heavy. Suspension, you can definitely feel some of the bumps. So it feels like a tight, compact little sporty car. Now if we go back to just normal everything, we can even go into the eco mode if we'd like. The car tones down, the steering is super light now, and the suspension maybe just is a little softer. So it's nice, all the little things that are adjustable in a car at this price tag. You don't normally see all that configuration. Sitting in these bucket seats, they are really comfortable for my taste, I feel. You know, they cradle your legs well, there's enough padding, the bolsters are really good, they're easy to get in and out of as well. So it's an easy car to daily drive and live with. Turning circle is pretty tight, however, yeah, pretty tight I would say, no big deal there. Backup camera and parking sensors all work pretty good too. Got the cool displays, and wow, that steering is so much heavier now. You got a nice little pop on the gear change as well. So you just have that fun character that, you know, cars with this price tag don't necessarily have. Visibility is all pretty good. You know, you can see out of the mirrors well. The windshield is quite large, and then looking over your right and left shoulder, really no complaints at all. It's just an easy, normal, simple car to drive. And you also have pretty good space in here. You have a lot of maneuverabilities with the steering column, the seats themselves, and it feels like something you can easily just daily drive and use as your commuter car. Now the only thing I would note for the dual clutch transmission, when you're first initially getting up and moving, it takes a little bit. You're gonna kind of have to like feather the throttle a little bit for the clutches to engage. So you have to drive this like an actual dual clutch transmission. It doesn't drive like your typical automatic. However, that does translate to quick shifting and that extra fun factor that any sporty car deserves. So this is just one little thing, especially doing a 3-point turn. You know, you just have to kind of let the transmission do its thing when you engage each gear. Going into reverse, I gotta give it a little bit of throttle and the clutches engage. Same with popping it back into drive. You just kind of gotta give it a little bit of throttle. But overall, for a daily driver, a commuter car that has a lot of fun factor to it, you know, this car really does pack a lot. You can have a lot of fun in this car for sure, and with the dual clutch option, it still gives you that ability to do the normal driving. You can get a manual transmission if you want a little bit more engagement, which is obviously a fun aspect with this Elantra N. So my honest thoughts now with the Elantra N. So the dual clutch is pretty cool, especially the fact that you have those quick shifts in a car at this price tag. Now, 38 grand isn't exactly cheap, but in today's market, this is on the low end of anything sporty. And to have a dual clutch is fun. It just gives you the control you would expect. Now, I will say when you are in normal mode, automatic, eco mode, there's definitely some lag in the car. So that's honestly a good thing. You know, it can go from being as fuel efficient as it could possibly be and then turn into a rowdy, sporty car. So you have obviously all the drive modes to really configure this car whatever way works for the way you're going to drive it. Overall, when you're driving it normally, especially with the automatic, it's pretty normal. It really does drive like an average, typical car. Obviously, the seats make you feel like you're in something a bit special. And when you still need some power, you know, you're going to feel and hear the engine and everything. So it still gives you that even if you're in eco mode. And then normal mode, of course, dials it up a little bit. But I think the Elantra N really is a special car because it packs so much for the money. At this price tag, there's a lot of cars that do not have the options that this has. Hyundais are so feature packed. We have the nav, the heated seats, the sunroof, the safety information, all that stuff. So it really does pack a lot of good things for the money. And then the performance is there with the launch control. This button, I'm not going to press on a brand new car because it'll nearly like redline it. We don't need to do that on a new engine with not that many miles. But it gives you a lot of very fun aspects. In the full sport modes, the handling is pretty tight. This actually stays pretty flat in the turns. I think my only complaint just, it does sound noisy in here. Like on this bumpy road, I feel like I'm trying to yell. Probably not going to come off like that with the microphone, but I feel and hear a lot of just like noise and like you feel the bumps and stuff. So it has that economy car aspect to it, of course, which is kind of hard to get out of given it is based on an Elantra. But you know that when you're buying a car like this. So I think fundamentally, if you want a very feature-packed, sporty, four-door car that doesn't realistically break the bank, you know, this is definitely something to take into consideration. You have the limited slip as well, so traction's pretty good. And again, it's a wet day, unfortunately, and while I'm not ripping on it, you can spin the tires if you want to. It still allows you to have fun cruising around, doing what you need to do, have the fun factor, have the normal driving, all in one car. So I think Hyundai's done a lot, and there's a manual available if you need it. So certainly something to put on your list if you're looking for something in that $30,000 range that has some practicality, has some sportiness, has some economy car aspects, kind of a good blend of something on a budget. But there you guys go, the 2026 Elantra N with a dual clutch. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and stay tuned for plenty more content. And then big shout out to Flo Hyundai of Statesville for providing this sporty Elantra N for today's video. Check out their website, link below, and I'll see you all in the next video.